Hurricane Dorian has now cleared the United States coastline and is set to take aim on Atlantic Canada as a Category 1 storm with winds of 90 miles per hour, pressure of 960 millibars as of 11 p.m. this September 6th. Dorian is projected to hit East Lordstown in Nova Scotia as a Stage 3 on the CDPS. It would be much higher if it wasn't for the fact that Dorian is moving at a very considerable clip of nearly 25 miles per hour, so we'll see anywhere between 4 to 6 inches of rain in and around those areas. Dorian is at 38.3 degrees north, 70.2 degrees west, again Stage 3 on the CDPS when it does go through Nova Scotia into Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, the Labrador Islands, and Prince Edward Island later on. It is 205 miles away from Nantucket, 434 from Bar Harbor, 555 from Halifax, 958 from Corner Brook, and 1149 from St. Anthony, both of those last two in Newfoundland. We do have hurricane warnings for eastern Nova Scotia, hurricane watches for southwest Nova Scotia and South Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, and Magdalen Islands. We also have tropical storm watches up into the Newfoundland area as well. Getting into the rainfall forecast, we will see some raindrop along western Massachusetts and Maine before it does start to push its way through the Canadian Maritimes, in through Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, into the Labrador Islands, and then it will finally push through by Monday and Tuesday, and we can actually write the final chapter on Dorian as it will turn extratropical, get absorbed into a front, and will be out of the area by Wednesday and Thursday. The other storm there on the bottom right is Gabrielle, and it'll be also absorbed and turn extratropical later on. Sea surface temperatures for Dorian right now for its last hurrah is at 26 degrees Celsius, just marginal enough for tropical cyclone development, so we'll see just how long it can hold on. Getting into the forecast for Dorian right now, most every model does keep it as a minimal hurricane as it does blow through Nova Scotia and into Nova Scotia and Newfoundland going into Monday and Tuesday. After that, it will finally turn extratropical, get absorbed into a front, and we will actually be able to write the final chapter on the historic Dorian, considering all the damage it's done in through the Bahamas, the United States East Coast, and what it may do in the Canadian Maritimes by the time it does go through. Chances of tropical storm force winds are looking like this: Halifax at 99%, Corner Brook at 79%, St. Anthony at 59%, Nantucket at 35%, and Bar Harbor at 9%. Getting into the model guidance, most models are continuing that weakening trend for Dorian. Still right now keeping it maybe a minimal hurricane for the next day or two. CTCX actually loses sight of it after the next 24 hours. And the shear for Dorian is not going to be on its side. Shear is going to be skyrocketing through the reef as it does go through the Canadian Maritimes, which may help weaken it considerably. Sea surface temperatures aren't going to be really an issue, and the humidity is not going to be a factor. You can see the track there once it does get past through the Labrador Islands. Overall, Dorian is still trying to make that last charge to infamy as it is starting to refire up some convection around its center. You can see it's just very marginal at best. It's still trying to build that easterly outflow back in, but it's not really holding it together. Looking at the water vapor imagery, you can see where it is trying to refire some of that convection over its center, trying to make one last charge before it will get through the Canadian Maritimes and then out to sea. And getting into the infrared imagery, you can see some of those higher cloud tops starting to try to fire back up over its center. And it's just a sure sign of just how tenacious this storm named Dorian has been over the last 2 weeks, where it started as a tropical depression down by the Lesser Antilles, blew through there, went through through Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, laid waste to the Bahamas, and then impacted the United States and Canadian Maritimes are its last line before we can actually put the final chapter on this historic storm. We may have another update or two later on, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching this production of Force 13. For more information about Force 13, you can reach us on all of our media outlets. Our website, force13.com, where we are revamping the website and writing new articles for your reading pleasure. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/force13. You're probably there already. If you are, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button to keep getting updates like these rolling into your mailbox. We're also on Facebook, keyword Force 13, where we'll post our articles, and keep an eye out there for any live events that we may simulcast there. We're also on Twitter, keyword Force 13. And if you want to look swag like our own Nathan Foy here, you can rock our colors by going to our store. Our store is store.force13.com, or you can continue directly to the project by way of the Patreon. More information about patronage and the privileges you can get from it can be found at patreon.com/force13. And if you want to reach out to the project directly, you can reach out to us at Force13 on Skype, or you can hit me up directly at extension TREN, extension 1375, or you can hit that link in the bottom of the description to get to our Discord. That information also available at the end of this segment.